Ready to rumble. Listen, y'all. Good night, everyone. Good night. So beautiful, such an amazing night. So happy to see you guys tonight. And of course, it's your girl Nessa, healing your silence. I'm so happy that you guys decided to tap in tonight to watch this video with me where we could talk about empaths, how much they feel empowered after the narcissist return, right? So definitely an interesting topic tonight and a topic that we want to go into a little bit more. So we're coming to you live tonight from YouTube. So guys, follow me on YouTube, Heal in Your Silence, the same spelling, Heal in Your Silence, right? And live on Instagram as well, Heal in Your Silence, and also on TikTok, Heal in Your Silence. I'm super excited to have you guys on tonight so we could talk about this topic. I will be checking in to see and give different input from different channels, right? Hey P, I love you, Queen. Oh my God. Listen, Miss P, it's always a pleasure to see you, to talk with you, and to have you. I absolutely love you, my girl. Okay. Listen, my Instagram family, I love y'all so much. It is such a pleasure to be able to hang out with you guys tonight. I absolutely love it. Good night, y'all. I see all the waves and stuff like that. Love it, love it, love it. Let's get right into this topic. We're not even going to waste any time, okay? So to all my families out here, I'm so excited that you guys chose this time to speak with me tonight. And why do the empaths really feel so empowered after the narcissist really return? Why do they feel so empowered? You know why? Because it boosts our confidence. So let me just say that out first, okay? Knowing that they return, it boosts our confidence. Is that the only thing it does though? So let's get into this topic if that's the only thing that it does. Well, no, that's not the only thing that it does, because after going through a narcissistic abuse, you do go through different withdrawals after going through a toxic relationship and a breakup with a narcissistic person. You're going through a lot of crazy emotions, and everything that you guys were planning or building in this relationship has now come to an end. So you're left with a lot of emotions, for one, and you don't know how to process all these emotions. So you're wondering, how do you handle this situation? What are you going to do? Weren't you good enough? How many things have you tried? How many things have you tried to fix? How many things have you tried to change before? Right? So you knowing that you've gone through these experiences, it's putting you in a tough position, because you already know that the narcissist just left you. Sometimes without warning, sometimes they'll just get up and ghost you and leave you. And it's not because you weren't good enough, because you're left with all these questions trying to answer them. But it's sometimes because they have a new supply. They have a new supply lined up. So they have to go to attend to this new supply. But what better way than to dump you, to leave you out in the cold? What better way than to walk away from you? So you're left with all these unanswered questions, and you're wondering, the narcissist just left you. This toxic person, this person that you've been in a relationship, they just up and left you. So now you're sitting here with all these questions trying to figure out, what is the next thing to do? Well, all these emotions that you have going on, how do you process them? How do you really go through these emotions, and how do you really process them? Well, let's get into it, right? Now, within the first couple of days of you guys' separation, the emotions are running high. But best believe that if the narcissist was the person who left you, the other person left you, you're sitting here dealing with the pain immediately. So you're immediately dealing with the pain, the hurt, the heartache, and everything. You're immediately dealing with this. The person who did it, they're going through a high, because they've been planning how they're going to do it for a while. So you're just left here now dealing with it, but they were planning how they were going to do this for a while. So you're dealing with it immediately because they just broke up with you. They just left you. They're going to deal with it later. You can't be mad at how they're going to do it and when they're going to do it. You can't be mad at that. The simple thing that you want to do, guys, go ahead and hit the like button and tap and share and all this fun, good stuff. Okay. Enjoy this conversation. The thing that you want to stay focused on is getting through these days, because the first 9 days after leaving someone is most crucial for you. And at that time, you do not want to have no contact, no communication with anyone. Do not have any communication or any contact with anyone during the first 9 days of you ending a relationship or them ending a relationship with you. You need to be able to go through the breakup, go through the pain, go through the heartache, go through everything. You need to be able to go through this and go through it with grace. Okay? It's going to hurt. It's going to feel crazy, but during these first 9 days, it's very important because that's what's going to give you time to get through the process. If this person is still contacting you, then apparently you're doing yourself an injustice. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later in the video. And I'll tell you exactly why you do not want to stay in contact with this person. So we'll definitely talk about that a little bit later in the video. But for right now, we want to talk about why the narcissists come back. And then the empaths feel so empowered. One of the reasons that you do feel so empowered is because when they've left you, they ripped out a piece of you inside. They have left you broken and numb and devastated, and you have unanswered questions. So you're yearning and you're hungry to get these questions answered. But in reality, though, is it that you really want these questions answered, or you're just heartbroken because you have given all of you to that person? Once you've gone through a real serious breakup like this with a narcissistic or a toxic person, one of the greatest lessons learned out of this is that you will never come out of this. You will never do this again after you've gone through this process and you've dealt with all of these pain and emotions and everything. I guarantee you that you would not be repeating and doing this thing all over again. So how do you get through this early stages? How do you get through this part of the process? Grieve it, cry, go through it, deal with the breakup. You got to feel what just happened. You got to embrace it. You got to go through whatever just took place. You have to go through this experience and feel the pain, feel the heartache, and go through it because it is very necessary for you to go through this part of the pain. You might not want to do it, but it's going to pay off in the long run that this is what you do. So now they have left you broken, ghosted you after you guys have planned so many things to do together. They just up and left you with no warning. So of course you're broken. Of course you're hurt. Of course you're in pain and you don't even know how to deal with this. Let's take a look back at the relationship to begin with. What was going on in the relationship? You guys were going on dates. You guys were doing activities together. You guys were planning trips, planning family stuff, or even single things, whatever you guys were doing, even if it wasn't like a family thing, you guys were doing a lot of things together. Now, how would you feel now that all of this was ripped out from underneath you and you no longer have these things to go with, right? You're going to feel devastated and feel as if that you've just been crushed and everything that you've been dreaming about, everything that you've planned for has now been ripped out from underneath you. So you're sitting there wondering, does this person even think about me? Am I even on their mind? Like, what's going on? So some of the things you start doing now is that you start to stalk their social media page. You want to know what's going on with them. So you want to go on their social media page. You want to watch what they're doing. You want to watch their story. You want to check up on what time they did this. You want to clock this person. But I'm just here to tell you it's the worst thing that you could do to yourself. When that person leaves you, you need to understand that this person have chosen not to be in your life anymore. So it's not so much about feeling all empowered. It's about respecting yourself enough to see that someone chose not to be in your life anymore and they didn't choose you. So if they didn't choose you, then you need to value yourself enough to know that you're not going to choose someone who doesn't choose you. You don't want to be with somebody who don't want to be with you. You want to choose a partner that's going to stick by your side, that's going to be there for you, that's going to uplift you, that's going to support you no matter what. But if you're being in a relationship with someone who does not value you or does not respect you at all, then they're never going to treat you as such. And they're just going to be a bystander, right? Just going to be just a bystander because that's how they're treating you, like you don't have any value or you don't have any worth. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because when you have an emotional attachment with someone and an emotional bond, it gets deeper the longer you spend time together with this person. Oh, shoot, my light. Where's my light? Oh, the other one. Okay, here it is. The longer you spend time with this person is the deeper the bond. Sorry, guys. Let me just swap out this light really quickly, real quick. So it's the longer you spend, the more time you spend with this person, is the bigger your bond. You build a stronger bond with this person. And the more you guys do activities together, spend quality time together, your bond grows, it increases the emotional connection and all these things, the feelings get involved, everything, and you become attached to this person. So when they uproot and is no longer in your life, it is painful. It is very devastating. It's heartbreaking. But what I want to encourage you guys to do is do not stalk their social media page. During the first 9 days of leaving someone, your hormones are high, your emotions are running high. You want to know what's going on with them. The urge is there, the feeling is there. You're fighting everything inside of you because this just does not make sense. The best thing you can do for yourself is to sit in the pain. Go through the pain, go through the process, sit there and feel everything that you just experienced. Because one thing I can say for sure is the person that wants to be with you is going to choose you. You do not want to be with someone who does not want to be with you. You do not want to be with someone who is uncertain about you. It would never work. And you never want to convince someone why they should be with you. You never want to convince someone because guess what? They know who you are. They've gotten a chance to experience you and to see exactly who you are. But here's what the narcissist would do. The moment they pull away from you and they rip that from underneath you, a void is left inside of you. An emptiness, yeah, yes, P. I listen, you gotta sit in it, right? An emptiness is left inside of you. A void is there, and you want it to be filled so badly. But what you gotta remember is the reason that the narcissist pulled away from you is because this is how they gain control over you. In order to control you, they have to inflict a wound that only them can really heal, right? Because they're going to rip out a part of you, leave a void there, leave an emptiness there. And for some reason, because of the relationship and the hormones that have been activated and the addiction, they now are the only person, quote unquote, that could fill that void. So now you start treating them as if you can't do without them. You can't be without them. So now you're hungry more and more to try to find out what are they doing? Did they find someone else? They might be posting pictures of a new relationship that they're so happy. True. Let's be honest. Is that the truth? No. No one that's in love with you could fall out of love with you so fast. It doesn't work like that. And that's why those 9 days right after is so crucial. That's why those 9 days right after that person leaves you is so important because you need to sit in it. You need to absorb every piece of it and everything that you just experienced. You want to sit in it. And I know it's going to hurt. I sit in my pain and I accept my pains when I go through them. I'm not too ashamed to go through things because I know there's stages to these things. And once you start to adapt and adjust to the stages, you recognize your worth and you understand your value and you're not going to negotiate this anymore. If someone is not brave enough to step up to the plate and to treat you the way you're supposed to be treated, you need to rest assured and leave that person alone. You need to value yourself enough to walk away from situation that does not serve you and it does not benefit you. You have to walk away from situations like this. So I do encourage you. Hey, hey Davis, how are you, sweetheart? You have to. Thank you so much for my roses. Mwah. Thank you, sweetheart. You want to encourage yourself to pick up yourself, right? And to know your worth. If someone is not going to value you and respect you enough to put you first or to choose you, that is not a partner that's going to be there in the long run. You need to walk away from situations like this. And I know it's going to hurt. I know it's devastating and I know it's going to be heartbreaking. But guess what's going to hurt more? The more you hang on to this, the more you sit around with stuff like this, is the longer it's going to take for you to heal. The longer it's going to take for you to move on, and the longer it's going to take for you to move that person out the way in order to get someone that actually wants to be in your life. Do not accept pieces and crumbs from a person, because them leaving their foot in the doorway is preventing the right person from coming in full to give you their undivided attention. And once you start entertaining people that really don't want to be with you, your value starts to go down because it's going to start to have a mental effect on you. So in order to continue to value yourself and to know your worth, you want to be able to move people out the way that are not ready for you or not willing to give you the best that you so deserve. Now, here we go right back into the topic because we want to stay on topic, right? Why does the empaths feel so empowered? Let's get into that, right? Because empaths really feel so victorious. We feel so empowered at the simple fact that the narcissist actually comes back. Now, why do you think they really come back? You think they came back because they miss you? I would think not. You think they really came back because they wanted to be with you? Absolutely not. That narcissist came back because they have some unfinished business that needs to get sorted out. Now let's get into that. Okay? They came back because there's unfinished business that needs to get done. You're still standing. You did not lose your mind. You're not checked into a mental asylum. You're still standing. So you think for one reason that this narcissist thinks that, oh, you are right. I didn't break you. And that's why, ladies, I encourage you, and men, because I know men go through it too, is to sit in that pain. Sit in that pain. I know it's painful and I know it breaks your heart and it hurts you, but sit in that pain after someone chose to walk out your life. And I'm going to give you guys a little breakdown, a little sentence, and I'm not going to wait too long. I'm going to give you this little sentence. And if you want to record this, you want to write it down at a later time, I want you guys to take these notes, write it down because you're going to need it. And I want you to use this the next time someone tells you they are not ready for a relationship, but they want to enjoy the benefits of you and they want to hang you around. Hey, baby G, listen, the next time I want you guys to rewind this. You hear me on the rewind? Rewind these because I need you to write this down step by step. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why you should say this and how you should say it and when is the right time to say this. Okay. I know I need to do a separate video about that, but it's necessary right here. And we're going to talk about it. Okay. So what I want you guys to understand is that the narcissist did not finish breaking you. They did not finish destroying you. So they have a job to do. Okay. They're here to break you down and to destroy you and break you into pieces. So even if the new relationship, because we know they normally don't work out because they're hanging on to them for a certain period of time, right? So these relationships are not really working out for them. So they return to you because you are the one that got away. But how do you know that you got away when you're sitting there thinking about, oh, when is the narcissist coming back, right? When is this narcissist coming back? How are they coming back? Listen, they're going to come back, guaranteed. Okay? Check your DM, check your messages, check your inbox, check your emails because they're coming back. But don't sit and wait on that. That's what I don't want you guys to do. I want you guys to focus on you. Focus on getting back to you, because a lot of times we tend to lose ourselves when we get into relationship with these toxic, unhealthy men or women for that matter, right? But I want you guys to remember you. And these are some of the things that I teach in my confidence courses that I teach my ladies for self-confidence, how to restore their self-confidence and how to rebuild themselves. Okay. So if you guys, I'll take a quick commercial break here, right? Why not? So if you guys want to do a one-on-one coaching session with me, the link is in my bio. Please do not hesitate to contact me. And we could do a one-on-one session so I can help you guys to learn how to rebuild your confidence and restore your value and your self-esteem. Okay. That's what you need to do. Have a social life. You want to be going out, you want to be doing things, you want to have your own business or working, have your own social life, have your own social circle of people that you're involved with or things that you do so that you're never left broken after they walk out your life and leave you alone. Okay. You do not want to be left in a position like that. So have a life of your own. So you're not sitting there devastated and going crazy about this person. Now, I know I promised you guys to give you the breakdown of what's going on here, but just give me one more second. Let me get right into something else, okay? The narcissists do come back, okay? They come back because sometimes they leave just for food. Yeah? Ooh. I don't understand why though, but I'm gonna have to figure that out. Why it keeps freezing. I think my internet is a little bit wonky. Ooh, I don't like that. Yeah, I think my internet is a little bit crazy. Sorry guys, but we'll just try to get through this as best as we can, right? You know, the enemy don't really want us to do stuff, but we're going to get right through it. So they do come back because one, sometimes the supplies are low. And sometimes the supplies ain't working out how they thought the supply was going to be. Because remember, we once were supplies. Sometimes we're main supplies. Because guess what? If you're ambitious, if you have a business head, you're a go-getter, you don't give up so easily, you're a fighter. That's the qualities that the narcissists go for. So they go for people with these strong qualities who, oh, okay, it could be TikTok. Thank you, sweetie. So it could be some of these things that they really go for and try to ruin you because they know that you're so strong, but you have an emotional attachment. You have a wound and they have tapped into this wound. So that's how they lower you in order to manipulate you, to control you. But a lot of times we think that, oh, I'm a boss. I got this figured out, right? I got my own job. I got my own business. I got that. The only thing I'm missing is my love life. And guess what? That's exactly where they come in to play and to toy with you, because that's how they control you. They know that you already have your money, so they can't come to you with money. They already know you got your mind all right for certain things, so they don't come to you for these things. They come to you for the things that you're lacking in, and they now come to you in your area of lack. One of the things you want to do is when you're taking care of yourself, you want to have a balanced life. You want to make sure that you're not overdoing anything in any particular area. Balance it out so this way they don't throw you crumbs or pebbles and you run into this thinking that it's the real deal. They know how to play on your emotions. They know exactly what you're looking for, and they know exactly how to lower you in order to manipulate you and to control you. But rest assured, I'm going to give you a nice script that you're going to use the next time they come back, or a man or woman tells you they're not ready for a serious relationship. They're not ready for a relationship, and this is not what they want to do right now. But guess what? They want to hang around. We're going to nip that in the butt and we're going to get them out. So, as we know, the narcissist is here. They came back to destroy you. Their job is to see you broken. So, they might have ruined your credit. They might have destroyed your home. They might have ruined your vehicle. They might have tarnished your name and your reputation. So, all of these things and more is what the narcissists really do. But emotionally breaking you, because that's how they control you. All they want is power and control, really, because they don't have that. They're lacking in these areas. So, what other way than to manipulate you, than to try to hurt you, then try to control you? What other way than to do that in order to feel superior? And now they feed you all of these little things, love bomb you, to lure you in, to bring you to their subjection. That's what they do. But I'm going to give you the sauce. Because even though they came to do this, this is what I want you guys to do. And I'm going to tell you in the end exactly why you should not be so caught up in the fact that, oh, they return. Okay? Let's get into it. This is what I want you to say. And I'm going to explain to you exactly why you're going to say this and at what particular time you're going to say this, okay? So you've been talking to a guy, ladies, my ladies, right? Or men. So you've been talking to your partner for some time, or you guys been getting to know each other, right? And for whatever reason, things are not moving along. You know, you're stuck at a certain level, things are going nowhere. But you know that you want things to move from the stage where it is. You keep hinting to your partner that, you know, what's going on. You want more out of this relationship and you keep hinting to them. But they're reminding you they don't want a relationship or they don't really want to get into anything serious right now. Now, because you know your worth, because you know your value, and because you know who you are. Hey, Kanita. Good night, love. You know exactly who you are. You know your value and you know your worth. So because you know these things, this is what I would love for you to say. Take notes, write it down because you're going to need it. Okay. But also be ready to walk away. Okay. So, two things can happen here. Two things. One, they'll step up and make that decision and give you exactly what you want. Or two, they'll ghost you and go on about their business. Either way, you win. Okay? This is a win-win. Either way, you win. So one, they might step up and do the right thing. Be with you, do what y'all got to do, and y'all figure the rest out, right? Or two, they ghost you, they back off because, whoa, this ain't it, right? Here goes. So just say, you know, after they told you, hey, I'm not ready for a serious relationship, or this is not what I want. Here goes. It seems like you need to go away and figure out what you want and be on your own for a while. I want your happiness more than anything in the world. I just want you to be happy. So I feel like you need to go and be alone in order to figure out what you want. I'm going to stop right there for a second because I know you guys are writing things down and you're taking notes. Okay. I don't want to repeat it yet, but I'm going to continue. Okay. Give you just a second. I hope that I'm still here when you're ready. But until then, I know that I need someone who is completely in because I would want to be with someone. I wouldn't want to be with someone who isn't 100% about wanting to be with me. Period. Okay. So we're going to talk about that and then I'm going to repeat it again. So what we did just now, and I'll break it down into pieces, right? This person just told you they do not want to be in a relationship right now. Now it's just a conversation between both of you guys. So clearly they don't want to be with you right now. They're not ready for something with you right now, right? So by you telling them, it's you agree. Say, hey, come into agreement. Because a lot of times they want you to get catty, get upset. What you mean you don't want to be with me? We've been together for so long. We've been doing this for a while. I mean, it's my New York attitude. I'm sorry. Get with it, y'all. Listen, you don't want to be with me? Like, after all that we've been through, we've done this, we've done that, we've done all these things, and you're going down the list of stuff. You know what you're doing? You're begging. You're pleading with someone, and you're justifying why they should be with you. Don't beg anybody to be with you. Don't plead with anybody to be with you. Instead, stand your grounds. Be confident and know that you're worth it. And they're communicating with you. But oftentimes we get mad with the communication because it's not what we want to hear. We get so upset with the communication because we're not hearing what we want to hear. But if you listen closely, you would see that someone is telling you they do not want to be with you. And nothing supersedes someone's honesty to you. So take it for what it is, respect it, and leave with your dignity. Go crying back later. Go deal with the emotions of it later. But right here is where it's most important. Right here is where you want to deal with it, where it's right in front of you. Someone is clearly indicating to you that they do not want to be with you. Respect it, respect their decision, and now have that dignity to walk away with your pride, walk away with your value. And that's what I want you ladies to understand, and gents, is to have that confidence, that self-confidence, to restore your confidence, to rebuild your confidence, because you are worth it. And if someone does not see your worth or see your value, that's not someone that you want to continue to engage with. That's someone that does not need to continuously have access to you. Remove yourself from this equation, because you're only going to end up hurting yourself in the long run. So, what you're simply communicating to this person is, it seems like you need to go away and figure out what you need to do and be on your own. What you're telling them is, I agree with what you're saying. I accept what you're saying to me. Go. So now you're creating distance between you and that person to say, hey, I hear you. Now go. Do what you have to do. So create distance because you're agreeing with what they're saying. And you're also letting them know that you care by letting them know, I just want to see you happy. I just want the best for you. I want your happiness. So go be happy. Do what you have to do. Figure out what you need. Sometimes they do need space. Sometimes they do need time. But not oftentimes do they know how to communicate this information with you. So why not give them the opportunity to say, hey, I'm stepping aside. You do what you got to do over here, and I'm going to take care of my business over here. So create distance and separate yourself from that equation. Okay. Now, the next thing you want to do is let them know that you're not bitter. You're not bitter. You're not upset. You want the best for them. So, hey, I want to see you happy. I want to see you successful, and I want to see you win. That's what you want to leave somebody with. Let them know that you don't want me, and it's okay. I want the best for you. Go and be happy and take care of yourself. Now, the next thing you're saying is, I'm hoping that I'm here when you do get back, because they're saying they're not ready, right? So that means not that they don't want it, they're not ready. So what you're doing at this point is that you're telling them, right? You're not ready. So you're saying, okay, I'm hoping that I'm here when you get back. When you decide to become ready, if I'm here and I'm single, then maybe we could do something at that time. So you're letting them know that you're confident, you know your value, and you know your worth. That's what you're communicating to someone, that I do know my worth. So I'm not going to wait on you. See, you're telling them that you're not going to wait on them. You're showing that you're confident enough. You know your value, you know your worth, and you're not going to sit around and wait. Now, that might drive fear in them, and they might become afraid because they don't want to lose you. And you're handling things so calm and so comfortable and so relaxed. So, this person is going to now be afraid, because now they're losing something valuable. They're losing someone good. So, like I said, either they're going to step up and do the right thing and do what they need to do with you, or they're going to ghost you and go on about their business. So those are the two things that's going to happen when you decide to use this phrase. And I'm going to repeat it back so you guys be able to write your notes down and take the information, okay? Those are the two things. So you're communicating, you're okay with them leaving. You want the best for them. You're also letting them know that you're confident, you know your worth, and you're not going to accept less. And you're also letting them know that, hey, I'm not going to sit around and wait for you. That's what you want to do, is let them know you're not going to sit around and wait. Okay? So you don't want me. It's okay. Someone else do. But you and I can't continue this thing. You can't hang around and keep your foot in the doorway because you don't want to do it. then you need to leave so that someone else who actually wants to do this has the room to do it. And not only that, you have that space to go through the process of being alone and to now remove this person out of your thoughts, remove this person out your mind, because you guys have built bonds, emotional attachment, emotional connections. You now want to now diffuse yourself, detox yourself from this person. And like I said, the first 9 days you should be in no contact at all, because you need that time to breathe. You need that separation time to be away from this person. No contact. Breathe about it, deal with it, and go through this process at this particular time. You're only going to be hurting yourself by entertaining this person. And I'll talk about that, like I said, a little bit later. But for right now, I promise you, I'll read it over again so that you guys will be able to take the notes and write this information down. So, again, just to recap the first half of what we spoke about, right? We know the narcissist is going to return. We know that this is what's going to happen, right? But this is what you can do to set the record straight, set the tone, and you won't have to have this conversation again because you're going to do it right. But be ready to walk away if you don't hear what you think you want to hear. And like I said, either way, it's a win-win for you because you always win, you never lose. If someone is removed from your life and they weren't meant to be there, it's a win. And if someone is able to stay in your life and you get the benefits out of it, win-win. So regardless, if you start to have the mindset that I always win, I never lose, everything works out for me. It's always working out for you and it's always working in your favor. Once you start understanding this concept, you will now bring that into life with you and it would help you to restore your confidence. That's all I really want to do, is to help you to become your greatest self, empower you to become greater. You have it in you. You have the ability to do these things. You guys are absolutely amazing. We all are amazing. My confidence was down to the floor before. I didn't know my worth. Always thought chasing behind someone, begging them not to leave me was the thing that I needed to do. I remember, I'm going to share a small story with you guys really quickly. I remember when I was married to my husband, right? At the time, he was my husband. Now it's an ex, right? I don't keep any ex or attachment, but at the time, he was my husband. And I remember we had an argument, and the first thing he did was packed his bag to leave. Begged him to stay. Yeah, I know I'm not the only one who's ever done this, okay? But I'm willing to admit mine because I have no shame about my past and what I've been through, okay? I'm okay with it. But I remember begging this man, please don't go. I don't want you to leave. Don't leave. I was begging him to stay. I cried with him. I asked him not to leave. I remember having this conversation with my girlfriends and I was telling them about what happened. And she was like, oh my God, you're such a good person. And for a man to be doing this to you, like, I don't like it. And she said, listen, the next time this man decides to pack his bag to leave, try to do it before him. Don't let him pack the bag. If he threatens you to leave the next time, she said, pack his bag for him this time around. Okay? I did that the next time around. So the stunt is to manipulate you. The whole point of them doing that is to manipulate you, to get you to beg. So they'll pull away in order for you to beg to stay. So oftentimes you wonder, why are you here begging this person? Somebody that wants to be with you would never threaten you to leave. They would never threaten you to leave out your life because they want to be with you. They would never do that because it's going to hurt. And that's a form of manipulation and a form of control. Do not give people the power and the authority over your life to control you, because it does not work that way. The only one that should be in control of your life is God. And the next, it should be you dictating where you go and what things happens in your life. Do not give this power and authority to anybody. You have the power and authority to dictate and to control which direction your life is going to go. And if you trust in God, he will point you in the right direction as well. So don't be afraid. And it's okay. I get it. I absolutely get it. Do not be afraid to take the step to take the opportunity to take a chance to bet on yourself. Do not be afraid to bet on yourself. All right? So here goes again, and this is that simple tip that I want you guys to take, because now you understand why you're going to word it this way, why you're going to say these things. Because one, you're not bitter, you're not angry, you want to see that person win, you want the best for them, because if they don't want you, they don't want you. Why would you be upset with somebody who's clearly communicating to you they do not want to be with you? They don't want to be in a relationship with you. Allow them to go and grant them peace and give them their well wishes and let them go about their business. So get your notepad, pen and paper. Let's go through this again and get some corrections and fill in the stuff that you guys, if you have not gotten it already, let's jump into it right now. Okay. So here goes. And don't forget to hit the like button, guys. I know we've been talking and going back and forth, but listen, if you're liking the information so far, you find it useful and you think this is good stuff, listen, go ahead, smash the like button, share this video with someone that you think could benefit from this video, okay? And more to come, of course. So here goes without further ado, right? It seems like you need to go. And this, let me just repeat, this is if you're in a relationship with somebody, not in a relationship, if you're getting to know someone, you're going through the talking phases and you guys are getting to know each other. If they're deciding that they're not ready for a relationship, but they still want to hang out with you, they still want to be with you, and sometimes they just communicate with you like, hey, I'm not ready for a relationship and I don't want to do this right now and stuff. That's okay. They're entitled to do so. There's nothing wrong with them doing this at all. They're entitled to do so. But I know you might be crushed. I know you might be devastated. And I know you might want them to make a decision for you to know where things are going. Instead of you asking a man or a woman, where's this going? And most likely it's the man, really, to be honest. Let's be honest about it. Instead of you asking your partner, where's this going? What's going on here? They're communicating that they're not ready for a relationship and they're not ready to get serious and it's not what they really want. They might just want to enjoy you, enjoy the benefits and all the things that comes with you. This is what I want you to do next time. So here goes. It seems like you need to go and figure out what you want and be on your own for a while, okay? I want you to be happy. I want your happiness more than anything in this world. I just want you, again, to be happy, successful, and I want to see you win, right? So I feel like you do need to go and you need to be by yourself. You need to go so you can figure out things and figure out what is it that you want. I hope that I'm here when you're ready. Clearly communicating, you're not going to sit around and wait. So you hope that you be here or you're still here when they do get ready. But until then, right? I know I need someone who is completely in. You want to know that someone is completely in and committed to you, right? Because you would not want to be with someone who is not 100% sure about wanting to be with you. Period. End of conversation. And that's what you say. Promise you. Two things is going to happen. They're going to step up or step down. But you end it right there. Okay? Now, the next thing you want to do at this point is to go no contact. You need to go no contact because now your emotions are going to be running high. Your feelings are going to be fluctuating at this point. I promise you, this is what's going to happen. But it's necessary. And it's very important that you go no contact at this time. This is the time where it matters the most. And this is the time where you want to do this. If you have girlfriends, male friends that you can talk to about your emotions, please share it with them. They're going to be your biggest supporters. They're going to be your biggest friends. They're going to have your back during this time because you are going to need it now more than ever. You're going to want to make some moves and you're going to want to call and you're going to want to initiate contact and you're going to be going through the motions. But don't do it. Do not, after making such bold statement, how do you walk it back? You can't walk it back. You have to allow that person the space and the time to be confident in your words, right? No, I'm not going to say they're not going to communicate with you or try to make contact with you. They are going to try. But you have to stand on your word to know what you want. If they're not communicating with you that they want to be serious with you, you should not be having this conversation with them. What is the guarantee that they're not going to do this again? What guarantee do you have that they're not going to walk away from you again? You don't have any. But in order to build your self-esteem, in order to build up your worth, you have to stand on what is it that you truly want and what you believe in. If someone is not 100% sure about you, there's no amount of convincing that you can convince them to want to be with you. You can't convince someone to be with you. Why would you do that? You're only lowering your value and lowering your worth, and you're never going to be taken serious. Men respect women that they fear they're going to lose. If a man don't think he's going to lose you, he's never going to fear losing you. He's not afraid to lose you because it's what? You're locked in, you're going nowhere. So he's never afraid to lose you because you're not going anywhere. But if you know your worth and you know he's not giving you what you desire, what you deserve, or how you're supposed to be treated, you have to be willing to walk away. If you're not willing to walk away, you're never going to get what you desire. You're never going to get what you deserve. And you have no one to blame. You have no one to complain to but yourself. Because the more you accept certain things, is the more you're teaching people how to treat you. You cannot teach someone how to treat you and then turn around and get upset for how they actually treat you after you've been teaching them how to treat you. Be very mindful of the things that you accept in the beginning stages of any relationship or in the dating phases of any relationship. They do not suddenly disappear, they do not suddenly just change, they multiply, they get worse. If you're accepting disrespect, it's going to multiply, it's going to increase, it's going to add on more. So if you're not knowing your worth at this stage and to be able to say, yes, it's going to hurt me, but hanging on to you is going to hurt me more. And oftentimes, and I know I said I was going to share this closer to the end of the video, we're almost at the end, so I can start sharing this with you now, okay? Oftentimes, when you're in a relationship with someone or you're getting to know them, and they're doing things to protect themselves, and they're telling you, I'm doing this to protect us, or I'm doing this to protect you. Rest assured that someone who wants to protect you is always going to do the right thing by you and not just what works best for them. It's going to be a team effort, and both of you guys are going to be benefiting from this. Okay? So it's not for us empaths to feel so empowered, like, yes, he came back. What? Us female empaths at that. It's not for us to be like, what? He came back. I knew he was going to come back. Look at my DM. He's DMing me in my message in my inbox. Look, he's following me. He's doing this. He's blowing up my phone. All of these things. A man is always going to be a man. You cannot take that away from him. He's going to be a man. He's going to pursue. He's going to see what's your limitation, what's your boundaries. He's going to push up on your boundaries. He's going to see what are you going to accept and what things are you going to allow him to do. And absolutely, that's exactly what he's going to do, whatever you allow him to do. Keep in mind that you are still in control of this situation, leaving it the way you did. If you left it how I just told you, you are still in control. Do not lose your position here. Maintain it, right? And understand that when they're telling you that they're protecting you, in reality, they're protecting themselves. Okay. So within that 9 days or within that time period that you need to go no contact, you need to go no contact because you're going to be the one hurting. You're going to be left hurting. So yes, you want to be excited that they came back, but what did they came back to do? What are the reasons, or what were the grounds for them leaving to begin with, so you can understand what did they came back for and what did they came to do? Did they came back to destroy you because it didn't work the first time around, or the 20th time after you forgiven them so many other times before? This time is where you need to stand firm on what is it that you truly want, because you know what it's like already to be hurt. You know what it's like already to be broken and to be destroyed. So at this point, you want to stand firm on what is it that you want going forward, because what you accept will determine the outcome of your relationship and what you continue to grow and to multiply into your relationship. So think about how much is this person really protecting you, or they're protecting themselves. Because if you keep being attached to someone who has clearly explained to you and told you they're not ready for a relationship and they don't want to be with you, but you're still giving them access to you, you're still granting them communication with you and to reap the benefits from you, you're going to be hurting. You're going to be left devastated. You have feelings, you have emotions, you are a person. And if they're not caring and seeing how much this is hurting you, that's someone who's selfish and only is thinking about themselves. They're not thinking about you. They're thinking about, how does this benefit me? How do I get the best benefit out of this? So I'm not ready, but I enjoy talking to you. I'm not ready. I don't want to be with you, but the sex is great. You know what? I don't really want to be with you, but you know what? You cook really good. So it's all these benefits that we're given access to people who don't value you. But it's not that they don't value you. It all comes back to you. How much do you respect yourself? How much do you really value yourself? And how much do you want to be successful in your romantic relationship? Let them know this is what you want for a romantic relationship. And if they're not willing to give you that or to come through, then you want to walk away from that. You want to let it go. Or you're going to continue to hurt yourself. And the pain only gets worse, because the one thing they're going to come back and say, and my girlfriend can attest to this, she's going to say, well, I told you I wasn't ready for anything. Well, I told you I didn't want a relationship. They're always going to go and con- um confirm their words, right? They're always going to let you know, I told you I didn't want that. Because what? If you're giving them access, why wouldn't they take it? You go to the bank, they're giving you extra money. I'm just saying. Or you go somewhere, they're giving you extra food, whatever. If you want it, you're going to take it. You're going to tell them, oh, no, don't give it to me. I don't want no money. I don't want no extra money. I don't want to raise. Don't increase my pay. No, I'm comfortable. No, you're going to take it. But if they don't want to increase your pay, what they're going to do? They're going to fire you. They're going to get someone else who's going to do the job for cheaper, and they're going to replace you. Hello? If they don't step up, they're going to get someone who has less boundaries. They're going to go lower, because then they don't want to step up. This person is not going to make them step up, right? So when you know your value and you know your worth, you're putting them in a position to step up or step off or step aside. Okay? Step up or step aside. And those are the two options. There's no gray here. There's no in between. There's nothing for you to sit here and wonder if. No, make it plain. If a man wants to be with you, there won't be any confusion, any uncertainties. Of course, fear creeps in at times. We know that. We're human. We all get scared. Even the most confident person does get scared at times. The reality is, none of us knows the outcome of what anything is going to be. We do not know the outcome. But what we can do is bet on ourselves, invest in ourselves, because no one is going to dictate your love life and the things that goes on for you but you. Invest in yourself, bank on yourself, and listen, do it for you. Don't torture yourself for your happiness. If you want something, go after it. Fear is just an illusion. Fear is not real. Fear, to me, and what I've learned thus far, is fear is false evidence appearing real. FEAR. False evidence appearing real. Can't be more false than that. It's not real. It's a make believe thing to keep you bound, to let you operate in limitation, to let you operate in lack. So when you put fear in front of anything, you're now idolizing fear. So fear has become your idol. And remember, don't idolize anything. Don't put nobody before God. So if you're putting your trust in God, then God will point you in the right direction and He will lead you and tell you where you're supposed to go. But if fear has become your new idol, then that means you're holding on to control. You're holding on to what you need to do in order to figure things. But guess what? The other person is hurting. So you can't leave someone in a position like that. But I put it back on you. You're allowing it. You cannot be mad at someone for doing it. And it's you might not want to hear that, but it is the truth. You cannot be mad at someone for treating you the way you accept it, the way you receive it. It doesn't work like that. You can't just throw a rock and when it hits someone or break a window, you want to pull back and be like, who did that? I didn't throw that rock. You did. So there's consequences to it. So if you're putting it out there that you're accepting these behaviors and you're tolerating things like this, then you're putting it out there that you're okay with this kind of treatment. The right person will come along and the right person will treat you just right. When that narcissist comes back, they only come back to torture you. The narcissists return because they need a job done. That was a job that they got to do and they did not complete this mission. So they're going to come back around the next time around and best believe it, it's going to be harder. It's going to be more intense. They're going to make sure if your credit wasn't ruined the first time around, they're going to make sure it gets done this time. And they're going to get you to a level of trusting, but that those hormones that have been activated is what's going to drive that connection. And that's what's going to build that trauma and having it tighter. That's what's going to tighten that trauma because you guys have been doing this for so long, back and forth, tugging back and forth with the traumas. Okay. Do yourself a favor. Start doing activities and things that you like to do. Start socializing again. Start going out, interacting with people. Go on that trip. Plan that event. Go out. Start doing activities. Socialize with friends. Interact with different people and start going out doing these things because it's so important that you start to have a life, a balanced life at that, where go to the gym. If you guys follow me on Instagram, TikTok, or listen, you will see I go to the gym at least maybe about 6 days weekly. I love going to the gym. That's my therapy. I love going to the gym. I go to the gym, I take care of myself, I make sure I am well. I go outdoors and I enjoy nature. So I do a lot of things to take care of myself because if I'm not well, I cannot attend to you guys as my clients and I cannot attend to my children and I cannot build the life that I want to live. So I have to make sure that I'm well on every avenue in order to be able to function. And I pass on that same thing to you guys because you guys know I once too was in a narcissistic, toxic marriage for 13 years and I got two beautiful children out of that marriage, not outside of it. I'm outside of it now, but I have two beautiful children. And what I know now, if I knew it then, I would have made a lot of different decisions. I would have never begged that man to stay with me. Why I did that? I did not know my value and I did not know my worth. And that's the reason I did stuff like that. But I'm not going to beat up on myself. I'm not going to blame myself for anything because I'm now in a different position where I could do things a lot different and I could make different choices and healthier choices. So I know sometimes you guys are going through situations like this and you're going through things like this and you don't know where to turn. So you don't know what answers and who's going to help you with it. Listen, you could reach out to me. I do provide one-on-one sessions. If you need more longer things, absolutely. I'd be more than happy. You can reach me at healingyoursilence@gmail.com or call me at 516-770-8697. I'll be more than happy to point you in the right direction. Do not hesitate to ask and Ask me any questions that you need help with, okay? It's going to be beneficial for you. So when you come prepared to ask me questions because it's your session. You're going to benefit from this session. So you need to get all your questions answered in the time frame that we have allotted. So if you don't want to do multiple sessions, listen, you don't have to do it. Continue to tap into these videos. And I know I give a lot in these videos, and there's way more. Listen, we can talk about the things that you need to talk about, but most of all, I want you guys to leave with your dignity and leave with your confidence and know that, yes, the narcissists do return. And empaths, we feel so empowered and we feel so victorious knowing that they return because it's what it is. What do we get? We get some validation when they return. Our confidence is boosted like, ooh, you want me. I knew you was going to come back. But it's not because they come back while we're acting like that, right? It's because we were torn, we were broken, we were embarrassed, we were devastated. We felt so stupid that they did that to us. So, in order to boost our confidence and to make us feel like, yes, I knew I got it, and look, you're back. How do you feel? In reality, they really didn't come back for you. They just came back to destroy you. That's the truth. That's the harsh truth because guess what? You're more embarrassed when they come back and torture you one more time again, two more times, three more times, four. Listen, it's no secret anymore. It's no secret. But when they come back and they embarrass you and hurt you these many times more, it now does something for you. It now puts you in a position to want to do better. For some reason, that will, that power, that determination, that drive, that fire, that life that you have in you wants to keep breathing, wants to keep going because you now have a strength because you've overcome this thing. Because remember, when you're weak, you go back and you're there in the weakness. But the more experience you have, you become bolder, you become more confident, you become stronger. And that's one of the reasons that we emphasize no contact. That's one of the reasons that we say go no contact because that's where you're going to gain your power because this is not for the other person, this is for you. Don't stalk their social media pages. Don't worry about what is it that they're doing. Do not follow up with them at all. Focus on you. Start going deeper into you. That's the best thing that you could do for yourself is starting to make you your mission. Start up that new project, finish up your degree, take care of your health, start getting in shape. Do whatever it is that makes you happy because it's to benefit you. And don't do it because you want their attention. Don't do it because you want them to start looking at you and to start seeing you somehow. No, don't do it because you want to do anything like that for whatever reason. Do it because it's most important to you, it matters to you, and you're going to be reaping the benefits from this. Do it because you want to do it. Do it because it matters to you. That's the only reason that you should do it because it's going to empower you. It's going to help you to become better, to become greater. That's the reason that you do it because it's beneficial for you. I want to see you guys win. I want to see you guys get out of this thing, come out of this narcissistic abuse. I have committed myself to do this, to continuously do this because it's something that I hold dear to my heart because I went through it and I know what it's like. And for me to be here now, I'm not bitter. I'm not angry at him. I wish him nothing but the best. I want to see the best for him because what you got to remember is the energy that you're putting out into the universe, that's what's going to come back to you. So you want to put out good for them because remember, they're naturally going to destroy themselves. You don't have to wish them any bad. You don't have to want to see them fall and stumble because they're going to do that naturally on their own. They destroy everything they touch. Why would you even inflict such wound on yourself to wish them bad? No. And I pray that you guys will get to this stage where you could smile at them and you're not even worried. You're not tripping and you're not triggered by nothing about them. No, because they don't hold that place in your heart. They don't have such value in your heart. You don't hold them. Why would you let them stay up in your head and they not paying rent, taking up space? Like Mama P says, they gonna get their karma. Best believe it. Because whatever they're putting out, they're gonna get it back. So whatever you're putting out, trust and believe you're gonna get it back too. So I want everybody to get all of theirs. I'm including myself. I'm not worried about it. I'm not mad about it because guess what? I know what I do. I don't do people wrong. And that's why they will come back too, because they know you didn't do them wrong. You didn't do anything wrong to them. And I know you do your dirt. We all go through our stuff. But you know the dirt, the wrong that they would do to you, they'll come back because they know you didn't do nothing wrong to them. And they are feeling guilty. So they'll come back for more. And we're just talking about narcissists. Because listen, if we're going to talk about a healthy, good man, that's going to be a whole different video. We don't want to talk about that kind of stuff. We're talking about narcissistic people. Why do they come back? And why is it important for you to stand firm on what is it that you want? Either they're going to step up or they're going to step off. Let them get out the way so you can get somebody else to do what you need to do and get the business going, okay? Guys, I can't thank you guys enough for hanging with your girl Nessa tonight, okay? Tonight has been a beautiful night. I do love this conversation and I want us to continue to talk more. Leave a comment below and let me know if you guys tried this tip, okay? Let me know if you guys tried it. Remember, I gave you some notes in the middle that you could take notes and write these things down. Let me know if you guys tried this. Did it work? What was the outcome? Leave me some information in the comment section below. I want to know, or even if you have certain things that you've done before that actually made a man step up or step off. How did that go for you? And what was your experience when the narcissist came back? Let me know. I want to hear all about it because then we could probably even double up on the topic and go in a little bit deeper. So, were you empowered when they came back? How did you feel when this narcissist came back into your life? Okay, I'm gonna pop this question up before I get out of here, okay? My sis wants to know. Here's a question for you guys. My sis here wants to know, are there any good, healthy men out there? I'm gonna do a video on that one. I promise you, I'm gonna do a video on that one. I like that question. The answer to that question is your mindset. Good men are on the other side of your mindset. Don't know if that's the answer you were looking for, but that's the answer that I have to give. Okay. I'm going to be 1,000% honest with you. That's the only thing that I could do. I don't beat around the bush. I'm not here to sugarcoat stuff. I'm not here to babysit your feelings. I'm here to be honest with you. Okay. Because it's all about you. My mission is to empower you to become your greatest self. Okay. So if your question is, are there any good, healthy men out there? The answer to that is yes. There are good, healthy men out here, but they are on the other side of your mindset. So if your mind is not in the right place of believing that they do exist, and for you to go within, do the work within, and to change your outlook on life. Because what you start to perceive inside is going to project on the outside. Perception is key. How you see things will start to be how you project them out into this world. So if you're going with that mindset that ain't no good man out here, and you're in an army of people who's encouraging you or speaking these languages, what's going to happen is that it's now going to become your perception. So you'll never give a man a chance to allow himself to show you who he is because you already have a preconceived notion of who this person is. And that's selfish. That's one-sided. So if you want me to be honest with you, that I'm going to do. How would you find good, healthy men? And how do men find good, healthy women? On the other side of their mindset. Once you change your mindset and the way how you think and the way how you see things, you will start to embrace good men, and then you will start to attract good, healthy men because your mindset is changed, your attitude has changed, and you're not sulky and sour anymore because you now start seeing things different. You now start renewing your mind. You now start seeing things in different way. Once you renew your mind, you are going to now start to attract good people. And it's going to be one good after the next. And you're going to have to sit here and go through them and pick them out. But if you don't know what you're looking for and you don't know the areas that you need to fix inside of you and to heal, then you're going to keep attracting the broken parts of you. Whatever broken pieces is going to be what you're attracting because those are the weaker areas in you. Those are your weakest link, and your weakest link tend to be the area where you operate in lack. Think about it. You speak maybe fluent in one language. That's your area of strength, right? That's the area, the language that you speak, that's your area of strength. Now, the language that you don't speak and you're less fluent in that language, it's a weaker area for you. So someone could come and tell you they're speaking that language that you're less fluent in, and it sounds all good, and they're telling you, oh, they could translate it to English. So whatever they told you, you believe it, so you go with it because you don't have much information and you're not fully aware of that particular language, right? So you tend to navigate and you believe and trust in what the other person say, but in reality, that's your area of lack. That's your area of opportunity. So now it's for you now to take it into your hands to educate yourself more on that language so you won't have to be dependent on someone to tell you what it means, because you now know what it means because you've worked on that particular language and now expanded on that area of opportunity. It's the same thing when it comes to healing. You're going to attract what you lack. You're going to attract what you lack because you're operating from a place of lack. Once you heal and start to love you, you will see. That's what I got. One more comment here saying that once you start to heal you, you're going to see things different because the healed version of you, the more evolved version of you, is going to start seeing things different. So once you start renewing your mind, I know it's a whole different, we should have gone a different live for this. But if you guys ask, I'm going to be here and I'm going to do the best that I can to answer your questions because we don't always get to meet like this unless we're doing our one-on-one session. So if you ask me a question, I'll be more than happy to answer it here for you the best that I can. But it goes to show you how deep we go into our sessions or our courses. I'm gonna give it to you because you're gonna go out here and you're gonna meet your somebody and you're gonna be in that healthy relationship. That's what's going to happen because you got to get better at everything in order to become your greatest self. So it takes time to start the healing process. Thank you, Queen. It takes time to start the healing process and it takes time to better yourself. Don't be ashamed of anything. Ask me any questions. I'm here for you. I'm hoping I was able to answer that question for you though, because it still goes back to you. It's always accountability. It's always going to go back to you. That's just the best thing I could do for you is to get you on the better part of things. Okay. I think that I'm just on the spiritual walk right now, but I was asking because I'm a brand new, and I'm also would like to meet with a godly person, something to that effect. Okay. Take your time. It's okay. It's okay. Everything is going to work out. Remember, God knows the end from the beginning. You can't worry. Don't worry. Why worry when you could pray? Give it to him. He'll sort it out for you. He'll make sure that everything works out for your good. He said he's going to give you an expected end. He knows the thoughts that he has for you to give you an expected end. Trust him. Believe it. Believe it. Listen, I love you guys so much. I can't thank you enough for hanging with your girl Nessa. I can't thank you enough. This was absolutely an amazing night. I love our conversation. Join me here every Friday night live. We go live on this channel every Friday night. Now, I know these last 3 weeks I have been messing with your time, but your girl has been coming back to New York because, yes, I was out of the country for a little while and got into their time difference. And I'm telling you, I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning. And it's still like I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning, guys. So I'm still like, I've been up since like 5 this morning. Okay. Went to the gym at 6. And here I am having this conversation with you now and still wide awake. Okay. And no, I did not have any caffeine today at all, just strictly water. Okay. But this is me because of the things that I do for myself to take care of myself. And I'm so committed to doing this. I want to see you guys win. I want to see you on the other side of things. I want to see the best for you. So we all could go to a couples retreat. Y'all don't want to do a couples retreat? Like, let's plan a whole couples retreat and do something nice. Where you be like, girl or guys, bro, this is my new partner right here. Let's get into it, guys. But we got to do the work. This starts right here and it starts with us and it starts now. We always win, Kanita. That's right. God knows the healthy thing. He knows that healthy person for you. But don't be afraid. It's okay. Sometimes things feel so good to be true. Like it seems so too good to be true. But trust God. Let him do it for you. Let him do it for you. That's who I trust to do everything for me. And he does stuff. Allow him to do it, guys. Have an amazing night. A couples retreat would be absolutely amazing. Lord God, don't get me started, okay? Mm. Let's work on that, okay? Let's pray about it. Let's ask God to deliver things and to bring things to us. Sometimes you never know what He's going to work out for you, how He's going to do it for you. So, you know what? God, I surrender everything to you and I ask that you will give me directions, point me in the way that I'm supposed to go. Anything that does not belong in my life, I ask that you will remove it. Father God, I ask that you would take anything that is not ordained by you, that is not in alignment with you. I ask that you would remove it from my life. Give me clear vision. Give me clear sight. Give me clarity, my God, because confusion is not you. You are not the author of confusion. So if I'm having confusion, my God, I ask that you would remove it, my God. Give me clarity. Point me in the direction where I'm supposed to go. Lord God, cover me. Cover me from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. Give me vision. Give me light. Give me answers that's going to help shape in my direction. That's going to show me what I need to do, the steps that I need to take. Draw me closer to you so I could become more like you and less that like myself. Father, open doors for me that no man can shut, and shut doors that no man can open but you. Let your will be done. Have your way in me, O Lord. Guide my steps. Ordain my steps so I will be in the sanctuary, glorifying your name, lifting you up and praising you every single day. I feel handicapped without you. I feel crippled without you, but I will never leave you because you are my everything. I depend on you. I count on you for everything because you promised me, Lord God, that you'll never leave me nor forsake me. So at this time, my God, I pray that everyone under the sound of my voice that is hearing your word will receive your blessings and everything that you have desired for them. Those watching it live right now, I thank you guys for being here. And everyone watching this on the replay, it's the same love. Nothing changes. I love you guys just the same. May God continue to bless you. May He protect you. May He keep you safe and grant your heart desire. May everything you touch come to fruition. May the fruits of your labor be empowered. May everything that you do, everything that you touch be given to you the way how you want it, and that God will restore things that you have lost tenfold. God, move in your people today, my God. Cover us, protect us, God, because we look to you. You promise to be with us. You promise you'll never leave us nor forsake us, my God. And we lift you up. We give you glory. We honor you. We bless you because you know our heart's desire. You know the thoughts that you have for us, the thoughts that you have for us, my God. And I lift you up, Father God. And I pray, Heavenly Father, that in everything that we do, we see you. I pray, Heavenly Father, that every person that gets a new partner in their life, my God, I pray, my God, that you would teach them how to look for you in every situation, that they would look for the lessons and learn from everyone that enters into their life, and they would look to you for guidance, my God, but not get wrapped up in a relationship, not get wrapped up in a person, my God, but get wrapped up in you, that all the blessings come from you, that you are the only one that will be glorified. You're the only one that will be lifted up on high. Cover them, my God, and teach your people how to look for you in every situation, how to find you in every situation, because you're always there. But you don't want us to get wrapped up in anybody that they become our idol, and we become less and more distance from you. So, my God, let your presence be known so we know that it's you. If you didn't send him, remove him. If you didn't send her, remove her, my God. Remove them so they won't even look back. Make it so plain that we don't have no unanswered question. Make it plain, my God. I look to you for everything. I feel so crippled without you. I feel handicapped without you leading me. You said in all my ways, I should acknowledge you and you will direct my path. You said all scriptures are given for reproof, for testimony, for verification of everything, because all things work together for them that love you and are called according to your purpose. I lift you up, my God, and I thank you so much for granting me access, giving me this platform to reach your people and to continue to do your works. I used to wonder, can't save nobody. How I can't do God's job for him? Can't save nobody. That ain't my job to save people. But God don't need me to save people. He need me to open my mouth and speak. That's all he needs me to do. He don't want me to do nothing else. Just show up and he'll do the rest. Show up and let him have his way. Have your way, Lord. I'm your vessel. Use me. Use me, oh God. My fam, I love you, family. My cousins, my sis, everybody out here, I love you guys so much. I thank you for sharing your time with me. You could have been doing anything else, anything else. You chose to listen to me. I'm honored. I'm privileged to have the opportunity to spend time with you. And I thank you guys so much. Go out, be productive, be blessed. I hope this word touches you. And I hope you find happiness knowing that they didn't return because they love you. They returned because you were standing firm on God's promise and they couldn't break you because you're stronger than that. With that being said, hit the like button, share this message, subscribe to the channel, and listen, guys. Thank you, a special thank you to all my subscribers, especially my new subscribers. Thank you, guys. Love you so much. Kanita girl, Miss P, all my family up in here. I love you guys so much. You guys have been day one troopers, and all my new subscribers. Guys, you see, I try to get to the comment section and reply to your comments and talk to you guys through the comments so we could have conversation and keep it going. I try to respond to everything that you guys have. Leave a comment on my page. I comment to it. There's a lot of people on here who do not know me, but they'll pass judgment. Guess what? I send them hugs and kisses too. Takes a little while to get to know me, and that's okay. All right. Love you guys so much. Have an amazing night. Go out, be safe, be blessed, and know that you're better than the rest. I'm just trying to be funny, y'all. I'm just trying to be funny. Listen, I am a little comedian, but outside of here, I can't let everything out right now, right? So listen, guys, if you want to join this conversation, hop on over to TikTok. I'm gonna go over there and chop it up for a little bit and get in touch with a few people over there. So I love you guys so much. Be blessed. Be blessed. Be blessed. Love you. Good night.